The Browns have fired head coach Kevin Stefanski. Andrew Berry is staying. Welcome in, everybody. My name's Elijah. This sucks. I just want to start off by saying, on the record, my personal opinion is they should have both been fired, or they should have brought them both back. There's no in between. And if you were going to fire one guy and keep the other, the last person I would have said to pick would be Andrew Berry. I wanted to give this team the benefit of the doubt. I'm making this video late because I wanted to hear what Jimmy Haslam had to say. I wanted to hear what Andrew Berry had to say. And once again, this team has proved to me that they do not deserve the benefit of the doubt again and again and again. Because I love this team so much and I want them to win. And I thought, okay, maybe they got a good reason for what they're doing. And they didn't. They had no reasoning for it at all. Andrew Berry gets up there and says, "Oh, I own it." How do you own it? How do you own it? You don't. You're still here, and the guy that has taken these rosters that you've given him completely devoid of talent, except 1 year, you've had 6 drafts, but you've given him one that was anywhere halfway decent in a draft, by the way, that you took 2 quarterbacks, which both of them probably aren't the answer, and 2 running backs. Like, okay, you got a good tight end, you got a really good linebacker, and I mean, what else has Andrew Berry done? What has he proven? How does he own the fact that this team has been terrible for the last 4 or 5 years outside of a Joe Flacco miracle one? How does Andrew Berry keep his job after all of this? It doesn't make any sense. If anybody is going to stay, it's the guy that has made the playoffs 2 times. With number one, when he made the playoffs with Baker that first year when they won 11-5, that wasn't even Andrew Berry's roster. That was John Dorsey's roster that got left behind. So Kevin Stefanski has taken this team when he's had talent and has made the playoffs with it, and Andrew Berry has given him no talent, and the team's been bad. So Andrew Berry gets, "Oh, I own it. This is on me. We get evaluated every day." No, you don't, Andrew. You don't. You get away with it for whatever reason. I don't know what you have on Jimmy Haslam. I don't know what Kevin did wrong to somebody, but it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. They're supposed thought partners. They're supposed, Andrew Berry's up there talking about like Kevin's family. Well, then you guys are a package deal. And yeah, Kevin has a lot of problems and had a lot of things that he could have done better. But Andrew Berry, I think if you're going to pick one guy to pin it on, who wanted Deshaun Watson, who's been terrible at taking quarterbacks, who's forced Kevin Stefanski to start P.J. Walker and Dorian Thompson-Robinson at quarterback over the last 6 years. That wasn't Kevin. If you ask Kevin, do you think he'd really say that he wanted those guys? And then the quarterback that Kevin did want, Joe Flacco, you traded him and you clearly didn't even talk to him about it. So this whole thing doesn't make any sense. It's frustrating. I don't have any faith for the future, quite honestly. And it sucks. It sucks. I have a much longer video coming in detailing all of these things and just how ludicrous it is that Andrew Berry is able to keep his job. But I just want to get my first opinions out there. And after taking in everything that I've heard today, I felt bad about it when I first heard the news that Kevin got fired, and I feel worse about it now after hearing everybody talk. So it sucks. Probably going to win another 4 games next year. Woo! So let me know what you guys think in the comments. I think it's dumb that Andrew Berry's here. You either fire them both, keep them both. But this is the last thing that I would have done. Thanks, guys.